Hey sis, is this your credit card? Oh, that? Yeah, it's mine. Did you find it somewhere? Yup, it was under the table just now. Geez, you need to be more careful with your stuff. Thanks so much. I barely use that one, so I didn't even notice it was missing. I just got an idea. Hey Megan, got a sec? What's up? I'm on vacation right now. Oh, sorry. Are you having fun? Yeah, of course. My boyfriend's loving the beautiful ocean views. He just bought us matching keychains. We've been to so many places today. It's been amazing. Sounds like you're really enjoying yourself. At the hotel already? Yup. We splurged on a fancy one this time. You know how Hawaii has tons of ocean view hotels? We went all out and got a room on a high floor. Nice. That sounds great. You should stay here next time, sis. Anyway, what's up? Well, if you're at the hotel, I thought maybe we could talk. Okay, but about what? Well, it's not related to the main thing, but I was shocked when you suddenly said you were going on a trip with your boyfriend. I didn't even know you had one. Anyway, you're in Hawaii, right? That's quite a trip. Must have been expensive. Yeah, kinda. I've been wanting to travel to different places with my boyfriend in the future. So this is like a test run. He suggested we take a trip somewhere far. So we saved up bit by bit for this. A trip to Hawaii sounds like a dream come true. I'll show you. Look at this pic we took while snorkeling earlier. Isn't my boyfriend super hot? Wow, he's really handsome. Right? He's so stylish. That's why we're staying at a top-notch hotel. You must be doing pretty well to afford a luxury hotel like that. It must be nice. Jane? Yes? You've been going on about the trip, but what did you actually want to talk about? Oh, right. Do you know anything about my credit card? Huh? Nope. Why are you asking me? I noticed it was missing the morning after you left. It's a card I only use for eating out, so there's no way I could have misplaced it in the last few days. The last time we ate out was when we went to that restaurant with the family. Plus, you said you found my card recently, but I'm sure I put it back in my wallet when I got home. It seemed odd, so I thought you might know something. I tried contacting you about 2 hours ago. Didn't you notice? Huh? Oh, really? Sorry, I was so into snorkeling I didn't notice at all. But I don't know anything about it. I only found your card by chance that time. I see. So you really don't know anything? Nope. That's right. Sorry I couldn't help. Well, if that's the case... Wait, what's wrong? Are you okay? Not really. If you don't know anything either, I guess I should report it to the police. What? The police? Why? That's what you're supposed to do in this situation. I've already checked with Mom and Dad. And if you don't know anything either, I need to report it properly. Really? Is it that big a deal? It's just a card, right? It'll be fine. You know, Megan, losing a credit card is a serious matter. Is it really that bad? Yeah. Do you know what a credit card actually is? Hey, don't patronize me. That's terrible. I'm a college student, you know. Of course I know credit cards are important. But do you know what happens if you lose one? Oh, I get it. Because you can use it for lots of things. It'd be bad if a stranger used it, right? It'd be awful to think of someone else using your card. I'll have to be more careful not to lose mine. Megan. What? You still don't really understand how credit cards work, do you? Huh? Isn't it just a card you can use instead of money to buy stuff for free? You used a different card to buy that bag the other day. I did pay for that. I can't believe you understand so little about this. What? Am I wrong? Look, a credit card is for buying things on credit. Huh? What does that mean? When you use a credit card, the card company pays for you, and then you pay them back later. It's basically like a loan. Oh, I see. So you can't just buy things for free. But if someone else uses your card, they'll charge you, right? Roughly speaking, yes. That's why you're not supposed to tell anyone your PIN. So if you lose it, it's a big problem and you have to tell the police. I see. That does sound troublesome. But do you really need to tell the police? Did you hear what I just said? I mean, couldn't you have just misplaced it somewhere? You found it at home last time, and it's not even the card you use often. Wouldn't it be a waste of their time? It's not like you know for sure someone's used it or what they've used it for, right? It would be too late if I waited until after it was used. Why are you so against me going to the police? Is there some reason you don't want me to? What? Are you suspecting me? That's cruel, Jane. You're just jealous because you don't have a boyfriend. There are things you should and shouldn't say. Whether I have a boyfriend or not is irrelevant. Also, didn't you say you don't know if anyone's used the card or what they've used it for? Yeah, that's right. Well, with credit cards, if you download the app, you can see your statement. The statement? It shows when and where and how much was spent. You can easily check if there's been any unauthorized use. Oh, really? Yes, and I just checked the statement. Okay. Restaurants, souvenir shops, entrance fees to various places, all famous spots in Hawaii. Pretty obvious, isn't it? So, you knew everything. You were just pretending not to know and observing my reaction. That's the worst. You're so mean. I don't want to hear that from someone who's been using someone else's money without permission. Also, that thing you said earlier about a different card, that tipped me off. Anyway, you got my credit card right before your trip, didn't you? I was surprised to see the hotel and flight bookings were made at the last minute. I can't believe you went on a trip so impulsively. That's because my boyfriend suddenly got time off. He's usually so busy. We hardly ever get to go on trips or even see each other much. Well, I don't really care about your boyfriend. Anyway, are you going to return it? If not, you're basically a thief. What? How dare you call me a thief? It's your fault for not managing your important things properly. Well, maybe you have a point there, but how did you even know my PIN? Oh, that? I secretly watched you enter it at the restaurant that time. I have a good memory, so I only needed to see it once. It's your fault for having such weak security. I'll admit that was careless of me, but that doesn't give you the right to use my money so freely. What? You're just jealous because I have a hot boyfriend, aren't you? That's why you're being so stingy. You keep saying that, but whether I have a boyfriend or not is irrelevant. Besides, your boyfriend isn't my type at all. Ugh, you're so annoying. We're family, so using your credit card isn't a big deal. No matter how much I use this card, it's all your money anyway, right? I can use it as much as I want while I'm in Hawaii. It doesn't affect me at all. You're the one who'll be in trouble later. Even if we're family, using someone else's credit card is... Hey, are you even listening? Sorry, but I'm busy with my vacation. This is a rare opportunity. We're going out for a fancy dinner now. It's so extravagant to eat fancy food with someone else's money. See ya! Wait, we're not done talking. Oh, you're so selfish. I didn't even get to tell her about that other thing. Oh well, I guess she'll learn her lesson the hard way. Hey sis! What's going on? The card suddenly stopped working. Of course it did. I had it canceled. What? What do you mean? When a credit card goes missing, you can have it suspended to prevent unauthorized use. I should have done it sooner. So that card you're holding is now worthless. No way! So I can't use it anymore? That's right. Too bad, huh? Well then... Wait a second! What? What am I supposed to do now? I can't do anything without the credit card. And didn't you say something about the police yesterday? Are you really going to turn me in? Well, since it's a family member and I'm partly to blame... Oh my God! Stop overreacting! It is without a doubt a crime. Stealing someone else's credit card is theft. Using it is fraud. That's the law in this country. It's common knowledge. But we're family! It's weird to report family to the police. Besides, if I get arrested, people might say things about you too. You don't want that, right? Even between family members, if I file a report, it could be treated as a crime. You don't seem very sorry, so maybe I should file one after all. No, please, anything but that. Anything but that. You know this is all your fault, right? You brought this on yourself. Why should I listen to you when you're the one who did wrong? Because I don't want that, and I wouldn't have done it if I knew it was a crime. Well, I guess it's a good lesson learned then. If it had been anyone else, you'd definitely have been arrested, even if it's family. I think you should face consequences for doing something wrong. No way! Well, I'm not going to file a report. What? You won't? Do you want me to? No, but... It'd be a hassle if I did anyway. But don't think I've forgiven you. You'll have to pay for this one way or another. Yeah. At least, I avoided the police. Thanks, sis. I'll do better from now on. I've already talked it over with Mom and Dad, and we'll have a serious discussion about you when you get back. What? Wait, you told Mom and Dad about this too? Of course. I don't know why you thought I wouldn't. By the way, they're both furious, so you should prepare yourself. I can't believe this. Why did you have to tell Mom and Dad? They're definitely going to be mad when I get back. It might be worse than just getting yelled at. Well, you brought this on yourself. Oh, and instead of filing a report, we came up with another solution. Oh, what? That'll be a surprise for later. By the way, is this boyfriend of yours really your boyfriend? Huh? What are you talking about? Of course he is. Okay, let me ask you this. Why is there a business card of an escort in your room? Huh? It was even laminated and displayed on your desk. There was a card and a photo for someone named Henry. Is this the guy you've been talking about? Tell me. Well, his mom is sick. He had to take this job to pay for her treatment, and he said he needs to make more money to afford the medical bills. So I've been going to the club to support him. This is necessary for us to be happy together. Oh God, you know that's a common line escorts use, right? Common? What do you mean? Never mind. The point is, you've been scammed. What? No way! Henry loves me. He's just stepped out for an urgent work call. But he was with me until just now and he told me he loves me. Ah, another classic move. Huh? Anyway, do you have any cash? Now that the credit card is canceled, you can't even pay for your return flight. You should have booked a round-trip ticket from the start to avoid this. I only have $30. I thought I could pay for everything with a credit card. What's going to happen to me? Can't you ask this Henry to pay for it? No way. He used all the money he'd saved for this trip on his mom's emergency surgery. So I've been paying for everything. I can't ask him for money now. Look, you really should admit you're being scammed. Shut up! You're just misunderstanding. If I tell him, he'll at least pay for my return flight. I hope so. Well, this is probably your last chance to see him, so make the most of it. Huh? Seriously, what do you mean? Oh, and I reported everything to Mom and Dad properly. By the way, Dad was so angry he said he won't let you set foot in the house again. He said something about the student hiring escorts. Oh no, I'm totally done. I can't go home. Well, they said if you apologize sincerely now, they probably won't disown you. Maybe you should grovel or something. This is all your fault. You're the one who snitched on me. Don't blame me. You've been blaming others this whole time. But who was it that did something wrong in the first place? Ugh! Shut up! Shut up! Fine. I won't come home then. I'll live with Henry. Stop interfering with us. Don't contact me ever again. Jane! Henry suddenly said he's leaving. When I asked why, he said you ratted him out. What's going on? Did you do something? Oh, they've already made their move. I just made a little call to his workplace. Apparently, he's on a trip with a client. I asked if that was okay. Looks like that urgent work call earlier was about this. What? That's awful, Jane. Why would you do something like this? Well, you're the one who wrongfully used my card in the first place, aren't you? Don't blame it all on me. But still, this was my first trip with him. I was so happy and looking forward to it. You've ruined everything. That's not my problem. Besides, it seems you've been spending a lot of money on this guy. I called the club earlier to check. I don't really get it, but they said something about overdue payments. Are you sure you should even be on a trip like this? That's... Wait, don't tell me you were planning to use my card for those payments too. Well... Unbelievable. No, I thought it wouldn't be found out if I used your card. Of course it would. Honestly, you're so naive. Sis, please. I know I said some harsh things, but I understand now that what I did was wrong. Can't you just let it slide this one time? That's impossible. You need to figure this out on your own. Anyway, I have work to do. Talk to you later. Wait, Jane. Please. Come on, sis. Oh, God. So annoying. You finally picked up. Jane, I'm so sorry. It was my fault. Please, forgive me. What is it now? Well, I had a fight with Henry. He said he's going home and just got on a plane by himself. I can't reach him because he's on the flight. I made such a scene that I got kicked out of the airport, and now I have no money. I see. Well, that's unfortunate. So what now? So, could you lend me some money? No way. But then at least enough to get home. If not, I'll be all alone in Hawaii. I don't want that. I don't want that. That's not happening either. Come on. Can't you work it off washing dishes or something? I don't know any places that would let you do that. I've never worked before. Stop being so spoiled and figure it out yourself. It's what I want to say, but I guess that's a bit much. So I've booked round-trip tickets to Hawaii for 2 people there and 3 back. Huh? I've taken the afternoon off and Mom's coming too. Once we meet up with you, we'll do a bit of sightseeing, stay one night, and head back right away. Wow! You're so kind after all, sis. I'm so glad. Thank you, sis. However, you're paying for all the expenses of this trip. Got it? What? Of course. You used my card without permission. So I guess you should be grateful I'm not turning you into the police. I am grateful, but how am I supposed to pay for all this? Don't tell me you're trying to sell me off or something. How did you come to that conclusion? I wouldn't go that far. Then how? Now I'll announce the decision. You'll be working for free at Grandma's shop until you've paid back everything you spent on my credit card, plus the costs of this trip. What? No way! Isn't Grandma's shop that dried food store? Only old people go there. I don't want to work in a place like that. Don't complain. Dad was against letting you work at our store at first, but Mom convinced him, so you should be grateful. But working at Grandma's shop? It's in the countryside and I don't want to go. And working for free means I can't buy anything I want. You don't have the right to refuse. Besides, did you think you could just go back and do whatever you want like before? Well... Just reflect on what you've done and work hard. You've caused trouble for a lot of people. Don't make any more fuss. Be grateful that we're even coming to get you. Yes, I'm sorry. We'll arrive in the evening. Oh, and by the way, you're paying for the hotel too. Just so you know, I've booked a pretty nice place. Maybe even more luxurious than where you stayed. Wait, what? I can't afford such an expensive hotel. What should I do? Henry, help me. A few hours later, we arrived in Hawaii. She had spent her last bit of money camping out at a family restaurant until we got there. What an inconvenient customer she must have been. Afterwards, my mother and I enjoyed some sightseeing, but Megan seemed uncomfortable and stayed quiet the whole time. I guess she realized everything she spent would come back to bite her. Despite staying at a lovely hotel, it seems she couldn't sleep a wink. When my mother picked out an expensive bottle of wine as a souvenir for Dad at the airport, she finally spoke up, probably thinking it was too much. But Mom shut her down, saying, "We're not wasting money like you did, Megan." My mother can be ruthless. After that, my sister got scolded for hiring escorts and was banned from going to the club. Now, she's basically under house arrest, working at her grandmother's shop for the entire summer break when she doesn't have classes. Grandma's shop is in the middle of nowhere, so she's bored out of her mind. Oh, and her phone was confiscated, so it seems she's having a pretty tough time. Well, it's the result of her selfish actions. That said, she's slowly paying back the money she spent. It'll take a while before she pays it all off. We're going to make sure she keeps working hard.
I have some good news. I quit my job.
Huh?
I've decided to become a comic book artist. I can't waste time at a regular job when I meant to create a masterpiece. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to draw illustrations every day.
Huh? Are you joking?
I'm serious. I want to create a masterpiece like Batman.
Well, I know you love comics, but have you ever drawn before?
I used to draw comic strips for the class newspaper in elementary school, and it was a big hit. Plus, I always got A's in art until high school. I can't let this talent go to waste.
Wait, you've never really drawn a full-fledged comic book, have you? I've never even seen you draw. And even if you start, you'll probably give up after a few days. Drawing every day is impossible, right?
You don't understand anything, Addison. I've always drawn. I've always drawn on the wide, empty canvas that is my heart. Can't you see it? My beautiful work?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Well, it's no wonder. You're not the type to appreciate art. And most of all, you don't have the right face. It's not classy. You look like a dried up otter.
Isn't an otter cute? I don't know what happens to them when they dry up. I like otters a lot.
You really have no sense of aesthetics. You're not beautiful. You have a dry face as well as a dry heart. Poor thing, all dried out.
You're right. I do have dry skin, but the conversation is getting way off track. I don't mind you drawing cartoons, but you don't have to quit your job.
I have a great artistic sense, but I'm not good at multitasking.
Well, yes. Yesterday, you were so engrossed in watching a cartoon while eating dinner that you spilled the soup all over the table.
Addison, that's not a very beautiful analogy. I think this is the limit of your sense. Anyway, I want to put all my talent into comic books.
I'm thinking, no, don't just go off and make such an important decision. Even if you really have talent and can draw great comics, that doesn't mean you're going to get paid right away.
It's a sign of a mediocre person that you only think about money. As a genius, I don't have the time to worry about such things.
Even a genius has to eat, right? Let's talk about it when we get home today, okay?
What's the point of talking about it now? I've already submitted my resignation.
What? You want to end with that? I mean, what letter of resignation? Are you serious? You're a full-time employee, so if you want to quit, you shouldn't submit a resignation letter, but a request for retirement. It's super embarrassing.
You're really meticulous, Addison. I don't care about that stuff. I'm never going back to work again anyway.
No, it's not normal to suddenly quit a company on the spot.
When I said I wasn't coming in tomorrow, he said, "Don't come back."
They didn't try to stop you? What? What was your position at the company?
I don't know. I haven't been there that long.
Huh? You went to work every morning, right?
On days when I feel like it, I would sleep in a park. Yeah, like, work is super boring.
I had no idea, but I'm surprised you didn't get fired for that. To be honest, I'm a bit shocked.
If you're as beautiful as I am, that alone is worth something. There's no way they would fire me, right? Well, maybe a disappointing girl like you needs to work hard, but...
Hey, I'm going to ask you again. Did you really quit your job? You're not kidding, right?
You're so persistent. You don't understand much, do you? It's really a pity. I'm the one who married you, so I'd like you to at least improve yourself a little. You might be interviewed or something as the wife of a genius comic book artist in the future. Would you please study a little more so that you won't embarrass me? I want you to understand what I want without having to tell you.
That's impossible. What are you going to do now that you have quit your job? Are you thinking about your future?
I'm going to be a big comic book artist. I'm going to have a series in a book or magazine, and it'll be an animated series. And it'll be a big hit. Children all over the world will read my work and have hope.
Isn't the comic world really tough? You're 28 years old now, aren't you? You're not taking your future seriously. You say you're a cartoonist, but you've only ever drawn in your head, right? Doesn't that mean you've never created any artwork?
No. Even if it's only in your heart, it's still a great creative activity. It's easy to copy a cartoon that's already finished in your head into a manuscript. You're a realist, but I'm a dreamer. Addison, you're in charge of reality, and I'm in charge of dreams, so I'll draw the comics. Perfect division of labor, don't you think?
Wait a minute. So you're saying that you won't work? Just draw comic books?
Don't worry. Drawing comic books will become my job in time. If I'm good enough, I could win a Pulitzer Prize in a year or two.
Is the Pulitzer Prize for comic books? I don't know, but are you serious? If you're serious about pursuing your dream, I'd like to support you. But I'm worried that it seems a little haphazard. If you're serious, shouldn't you be thinking more seriously about money and your future?
At any rate, with your income, we don't have to worry about making a living. I didn't put any money into the house to begin with. Nothing will change.
That's true, but then you won't have any money to spend.
So, until I make my debut, I'll need some spending money every month. Addison, you said you save $500 every month, right? When I get famous, you won't need to save any money, so give that money to me as my allowance.
No. If you're gonna quit your job, I'm even more worried. So we need to save money. What if something happens to me and I can't work?
You have life insurance.
Don't say stuff that brings bad luck.
I'm the beneficiary, don't worry.
I mean, what if we have kids or something? If it's just the two of us, it might not matter yet. But if we have kids, you can't be a dreamer.
How many decades are we talking about? We're still young. We don't need kids for now. Are you in a hurry, Addison? You're already over 30, aren't you? If you can't have a baby, we can ask someone else. There are plenty of girls who would want to have my child. After all, I'm going to be a big hit comic book artist.
Don't even say that as a joke.
Anyway, I'm going to be a cartoonist. You work hard. Oh, don't expect me to do housework just because I'm home. I can't. Go withdraw $18,000.
Huh? What are you talking about all of a sudden? What's wrong?
I'm buying a computer. Comics are digital nowadays. You didn't think I was going to draw with a pen on manuscript paper, did you?
If it's a computer, we have one, right? I don't use it much, so feel free to use it.
A computer like that is no good. It's no good at all. It's too slow. My masterpiece will be ruined if I use that computer.
No. Ours is only about a year old, and it's a pretty good one. It cost about $3,000 because I built it up with specs to make it last as long as possible.
Addison, you act like you know what you're talking about, but you're just an amateur. It's just not good enough. That's why you need to withdraw $18,000.
$18,000 is too much.
So shut up, amateur. I'm buying a full-spec Mac Pro. It's gotta be a high-performance PC for creators.
No. That's for creators, like video and music production, right? You draw comic books, right? You're not making movies, are you?
Are you saying that cartoonists are not creators? It's a creative job, so they are creators, right?
I'm just saying that there are different kinds of creators.
Are you trying to stop me from making comics? Are you trying to shatter my dreams? You're going to curse me for setting sail with a dream? Hopefully, high wave, you will become a hurricane.
What's that? I don't understand. Anyway, 18,000 is a lot of money. Even a layman can understand that.
It's not expensive. It's not expensive at all. I'm the one who wants it. Aren't you getting cocky lately? You said you wanted to marry me, so I married you. You with the otter face. You live by the water, and I pulled you up on land and made you human, didn't I? Oh, that sounds like a great line from a comic book. That line is mine, so don't take it.
I'm not taking it.
Anyway, if you have a problem with it, I'm divorcing you.
Don't say that. I was surprised when you suddenly said you'd become a cartoonist. But I'm being supportive.
What do you mean by supportive? Were you going to cheer me on? I don't need that. What I need is an environment that satisfies me, and money. That's all you can do for me.
Don't say that. It makes me sad. I love you, so I've put up with whatever you've said to me. But when you say things like that, it really makes me want to cry.
The point is, you don't want to break up with me, right? Then shut up and go withdraw $18,000. Also, I want to concentrate on my comic books, so rent a separate apartment. I don't care if it's a one-room apartment. With your money, of course. I can't concentrate on my comic books if you're around.
Okay, I'll buy a computer, but I can't afford a separate apartment. I won't be around during the day, okay?
I can concentrate better at night. I hear that many famous cartoonists are night owls.
If that's the case, I'll clear out the room we're using as a storage space and make it into a workroom for you. Wouldn't that be nice?
You want me to stay in the storage room? That's impossible. I said a studio is fine, so get it ready. With your income, can't you afford it?
We're just using it as a storage room right now, but it's a proper room. It's 100 square feet in size and has air conditioning.
So, no thank you. Just rent an apartment. There's no way a genius cartoonist would be crammed into a room like that. He wouldn't be able to draw to his full potential. It's a loss for the whole world.
You can't just rent an apartment suddenly. It takes months to sign a contract and move in if it's a proper apartment. And it's not just the rent. The initial cost is quite high. Utilities will also increase, so it's pretty hard.
My dreams are at stake, and you say you can't even afford that? If that's the case, I'm divorcing you. It's like you don't understand me at all. I'll ask for alimony too. It's your fault.
I won't divorce you. Don't come out and say it just like that.
Then rent a room. If it's going to take a while to move in, hurry up and get the paperwork done. Go to the real estate agency on your way home today and sign the contract. And it should be a studio, but no more than a 5-minute walk from the bus stop. If you can't do that, I'm divorcing you. Can't I move into the apartment yet? I can't concentrate at all. If I don't become a comic book artist, it's because you're too slow.
Right. I think you'd better find an apartment as soon as possible. I'll have you out by the end of the month.
Huh? What are you talking about? You said you signed a contract.
I'm not going to do it. Why would I sign a contract for a new house for you and your lover you're having an affair with?
What do you mean affair? Have you lost your mind? Are you confusing fantasy with reality?
Do you think I don't know anything? I've been looking into it ever since the day you said you were quitting your job. How suspicious can you be? You suddenly said you were going to be a cartoonist. Did you really think I'd believe you? Well, it was a very convincing performance. I was in the drama club in high school.
Addison, what's up? It's me. It's Theo. I'd never cheat on you, would I? What are you mistaken about?
I wish I was mistaken. I have plenty of evidence. But you were so brazen, quitting your job and spending all your daytime with her, and you were spending the money you got for the computer on her? Unbelievable.
Where's the proof? Did you hire a detective?
What a waste of time.
There's no way you could find any evidence, because I didn't do it. You can't collect evidence that isn't there. It's like a trick out of a detective comic book.
The detective was useless, so I gathered the evidence myself.
And there's no way an amateur could do that. You're just bluffing.
You're right. I didn't find any evidence in a normal investigation. I didn't expect her to be the young girl who lives in the same apartment building as us. It's disgusting, messing with a college girl. The security at our apartment building is so tight, it's impossible for anyone from the outside to get in. No wonder there's no way to find anything, even if there's a detective outside.
There's no way. I don't know anything about it.
You still think you can get away with that? It's not gonna work.
You're lying about having proof, aren't you? Of course you don't have any.
That's right. You met at her place so you wouldn't leave any evidence. Apparently, both parents work and come home late.
You're saying you even snooped around her house to gather evidence? That's a crime. Evidence gathered illegally is invalid in court.
If I did that, I'd be out. But the ones who gathered the evidence were her parents.
What are you talking about? That's impossible. How did you know who they were? There's no way you could find out where they live. You're full of nonsense.
Oh, that's a good place to start. To put it simply, it's her fault. We're neighbors, and I knew some of the families there. And about a year ago, she came to a building association meeting on behalf of her parents. She was promoting her Instagram. I wasn't really interested, but she said she was eager to get more followers, so I just followed her.
What does that prove?
One day, I was casually looking at Instagram and saw a picture of the watch I bought for you. I checked, and it turns out it's our neighbor's daughter.
It just so happens to be the same watch. I can't believe you'd suspect me of cheating on you just because of that. Do you know what you're saying is funny?
Do you know what you are saying is also funny? You wanted it for yourself and you forgot about it? That's a rare item, limited to 50 pieces worldwide. Only one came to America, so it's definitely your watch.
You're lying. Is that how you found out?
That's not all. I checked her Instagram in detail, and there were all sorts of things on there. This is probably what they call dropping hints, I guess. When you're in a secret relationship, like an affair, you tend to want to make these kinds of hints without being too explicit. Well, in her case, maybe she was trying to declare war on me. It seems like you were completely unaware and carefree. It's a pity that you got caught because of her.
What the hell did she do?
So, I talked to her parents. By the way, her dad is a great lawyer. Be prepared. I've decided to hire him for our divorce and to sue for alimony too.
No, wait a minute. This is all a misunderstanding. I just wanted to support her dream. She dreams of being a pianist, but her father wouldn't let her go to music school, so she said she needed the money. It was for her dream, so forgive me.
That's all a lie. That young lady just failed the entrance exam for a regular music school and went to a regular college. And then, she started hanging out with some bad friends in college, and she was short on allowance, so she wanted some money. She confessed everything.
What? That's a lie, right? She said she wanted to leave home to pursue her dreams. She doesn't have bad friends. She's not that kind of girl. She's a good, pure girl working hard for her dream.
Okay, so that's what your apartment is for. It's so stupid, it makes me cry. Maybe you were just trying to live with her while you were living off me. But you were just using me. But still, you've become pathetic. You've been trying to show off how popular you are, and now you're paying off a college girl to go out with you? Well, I guess it's understandable. You may think you're hot, but you're becoming an old man. I don't know if it's a result of your poor health or your heredity, but you're balding before you're 30.
What? I'm still good looking. That's right, it's not too late. You don't want to divorce me, do you?
What are you talking about? I'm divorcing you, and of course, I'm going to ask for alimony.
Don't say that. You still love me, don't you? I feel the same way.
You're really grossing me out. I've already packed your bags, so get the hell out of my house. Also, apart from the alimony, I'm going to charge you for the money you cheated me out of by lying to me about your dreams.
No, I didn't lie about being a cartoonist, but I did want to support her dream. So it's not a lie.
Then why don't you support her? With the money you've earned. Also, don't ever contact me again because I'm really sick of you. If you cause me any more mental anguish, my alimony bill will go up and up. You'd better get out of here. Then, please talk it over with your lawyer. I firmly demanded alimony and the money he cheated me out of. As for the other kid, I was unsure what to do about her because her parents are acquaintances. But her father offered to pay a substantial amount of compensation. Currently, Theo is working part-time jobs to make ends meet and to pay the alimony. The young lady he was with has also been disowned and has had to quit college. I think they both understood well that if you cheat people, you will be punished. On the other hand, thanks to Theo being gone, I have a lot of leeway in my life. I am very happy to live a free life, both mentally and financially. I would like to enjoy my single life to the fullest for a while.
Mia, Sarah's.
What? What's wrong with my sister?
I want you to calm down and listen. Sarah died in a car accident a week ago.
What?
I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. I met your mom when I went to take out the trash. She said the funeral was yesterday, and I was so surprised.
Wait, I didn't hear that. I'm a Sarah's sister. There must be some mistake. A week ago? That's a lie. I wasn't even invited to the funeral, even though I've been abroad. There's no way my family wouldn't contact me.
I couldn't believe it either, so I asked around, but it seems it's true.
No way.
You haven't heard from her in, what, a week?
I heard from you that there's an upcoming exam for the interpreter's certificate.
That's because I told you that you should refrain from contacting Sarah, so that she can concentrate on the exam. Sorry for saying unnecessary things.
I'm coming back home right now.
Right now? You're in Guatemala for work, right? Can you go home that soon?
What choice do I have, other than not to go back under such circumstances?
Calm down.
How can I calm down? My own sister passed away.
Your parents are toxic, right? And they didn't tell you about Sarah, so they're definitely hiding something.
That's exactly why. I can't leave my sister's mourning to those people. If I don't go, Sarah might not even be able to leave this world peacefully. I can't allow that to happen.
Maybe we shouldn't do this right now.
Why not?
Sarah had life insurance, remember? They don't want you to get it. My parents just heard that.
What?
I think the reason your parents didn't contact you was because they didn't want to give you the insurance money.
What's that? Just because of that? They're excluding me because of that?
It's nonsense that they're talking about money in this situation. Your parents have always been very greedy about money, haven't they?
It's true that they took all the money we received from our relatives when we were little. When Sarah and I got sick, they didn't want to take us to the hospital because they didn't want to waste the money.
And when your grandfather died of a chronic disease last month, there was a big dispute over the inheritance. The whole family was fighting at the funeral.
Really? I won't give you the inheritance. Don't even come to the funeral. That's what my parents told me. I didn't know they were fighting. How did you know?
Your parents live next door. Rumors spread quickly.
Oh, I see.
I'm your childhood friend, so I'm telling you, your parents are in serious trouble. If you go home now, you'll just get in trouble and make things worse. I think you need to hold it and wait for the right timing.
Even if that's the case, she's my little sister. I'd at least like to give a flower to her.
Let me take care of this, so that you can visit Sarah's grave in peace for sure.
John.
We're like family now. Don't try to handle things on your own.
Okay. I'll leave my sister to you. I'm sorry for bothering you.
Don't worry. I'll let you know if there's any more updates.
Thanks. My name is Mia. I'm 29 years old and currently working as an international school teacher in Guatemala. It's been a few years since I moved to a foreign country. I can't believe I wasn't there when she passed. There were many problems with my parents, but John helped me. A few months later, I was able to visit my sister's grave, and I was truly grateful for that. Since then, I always visited my sister's grave on the anniversary of her death. At first, I could not get my feelings straight, but I was saved by the fact that John was by my side every time I returned home. 5 years have passed. Since then, when I had finally regained my peace, I received this surprising message. Mia, this is too much. You didn't come to your own sister's wedding. Don't you know that I always believed in you?
What?
You said you'd come. You're my only sister.
Wait, who are you?
What are you saying? I'm your sister Sarah.
Sarah? What do you mean?
Why didn't you come to my big day?
Sarah passed away 5 years ago.
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm alive.
Are you sure it's Sarah? You're not lying, are you?
Born December 23rd, 1994. If you still don't believe me after all this, should I send you a picture of my face now too? Or should I tell you the story when you're sobbing after you embarrassed yourself on your 6th grade field trip?
Sarah has been teasing me about it since middle school and even in high school. Hey, is it really Sarah? Because I heard that Sarah died in an accident. I visited her grave every year on the anniversary of her death since then.
What? I haven't had an accident or even been sick for the past few years. What do you mean visit the grave? I'm scared.
What the hell is going on?
Can you explain it to me step by step?
5 years ago, I got a call from John. He told me about your death in a car accident.
John?
Yes?
Did you attend my funeral?
I wanted to come home right away, but John stopped me.
What? Why?
I heard the mom and dad were not wanting me to get your insurance money. John said that if I went home, I'd get into trouble.
So you didn't come home to avoid trouble?
Yeah. I wanted to avoid causing more pain to our family.
I see. So you didn't contact them?
I just sent them texts to ask about you, but they ignored it.
You didn't tell them about my accident?
No. You know, they wouldn't listen to me. I thought if I sent them long message, they might misunderstand it in a weird way and get mad. I wasn't really expecting a response, so...
Okay.
At the time, I thought they didn't want me to get your insurance money, so they ignored me. I'm getting confused, because there are so many things that don't make sense.
Me too. I don't know what's going on, and I feel like my head is going to explode. You said earlier that you went to the grave, didn't you? Is that true? John helped me find your grave, and I visited secretly. John again. He sounds suspicious.
He does.
Was my name really on the tombstone?
Yes, it was.
Really?
That's crazy. I had always assumed that you were dead, so I've never doubted it. But if you're still alive, then is the grave someone else's?
My name is not that unusual, so it could be someone else's grave with the same name.
No way.
Do you think our parents would build a grave for their child in the first place? It's not worth the money, so stick them in a community cemetery. Don't you think they'd say that?
That's true. I wasn't thinking about it because I was panicking.
I mean, when you cleaned the grave, didn't you check the surrounding area?
No. John told me that if I cleaned the graves and put flowers, Dad and Mom might find out that I was visiting there.
I don't know what John wants, but I'm sure he's very much involved in this case.
For what? It doesn't make sense that he would do something like this.
The part I can't understand either. Why didn't you even contact me in the first place? The short answer is, John stopped me 5 years ago.
Is that John too?
He told me that you talked to me about how you felt like my presence was a burden, and it was hard for you.
I've never thought that. Never even mentioned it.
I had heard that your values have changed since you moved to Guatemala, but I guess that was a lie too.
The short answer is, John stopped you 5 years ago.
If I contacted you, you'd hate me even more. That's what I thought. He told me not to call you or text you or anything, so I didn't contact you until now.
So that's what happened. John lied to both of us so that we wouldn't contact each other.
So I wanted you to come to the wedding, so I asked him to send the invitations.
I never received one.
Maybe he didn't even send it.
Did you hear from the John that I was gonna attend the wedding?
Yes, I did. But today, John suddenly told me. You told him that we couldn't meet after all. I was so shocked. I couldn't call back and send you a message.
So that's what happened. I'm so glad you got in touch with me. Otherwise, our path would have never crossed.
I don't know why I didn't contact you sooner. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. Anyway, now we have to find out why John did this.
Yeah.
John's at the wedding, right? Don't ever tell him what we just talked about. I don't know what his intentions are, but he's orchestrating something this big. If he finds out that we found out, I don't know what he'll do.
I understand.
Even if he doesn't, if you provoke him in any way, it'll be harder for us to find out. I need you to act normal as possible.
I'll do my best.
Sarah, all you have to think about is today's wedding. Your happiness is my happiness.
Thank you, Mia.
John, I reported you to the police.
What?
I've already checked everything. I thought I hadn't heard from you in a few months. What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean reported me to the police? You lied to me about Sarah being dead, didn't you? What are you talking about? It's been 5 years, and you still haven't accepted it? I talked to Sarah herself. No way. Sarah's not in this world. Don't lie. I got a message from Sarah. Huh? She said I didn't show up to the wedding. What are you talking about? Don't make jokes that aren't funny. Are you saying you got a call from a ghost?
Sarah's alive. You once told me that I shouldn't contact her now because she has an exam, right?
What about it?
She said she hasn't taken any exam. What's going on?
What are you talking about? Sarah is gone, and you're talking nonsense.
Sarah said she never took the exam. You even lied to Sarah that I don't like her anymore. What do you want from me?
Well, I guess there's nothing more I can say to you.
I had Sarah help me look into the matter of the grave. It was of a different person with the same name. I've been visiting someone else's grave for 5 years, who I have absolutely no connection to. Why did you do this? What did you want?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I wanted to marry you.
What?
I've always loved you. That's why I wanted you to be mine. I worked hard to get rid of the people who got in the way of us being together.
I don't get it.
You love your sister, even though you two lived apart. You were always thinking about Sarah, right? I wanted you to stop that.
Sarah's my only close family, you know. It's only natural for me to take good care of her. Do you know how sad I was when I heard that she died?
It would have been easier for you if you had just kept on thinking she was dead. Now it's my turn to be an important family member for you. Leave your sister.
What are you talking about?
I did my best for you, Mia. I protected you from your shitty parents and punished them. Isn't that great?
I'm grateful to you, but I can't forgive you for what you did.
Why? From now on, I'll support you and make you happy. Let's get married, Mia.
I can't marry a criminal.
Criminal? What are you talking about? When did I commit a crime? Don't tell me you're calling me a stalker. This is pure love. And you said earlier that you were going to report me, but this is not how the police work.
That's not what I meant. You also committed a fraud, didn't you?
Huh?
I needed to find out what you're up to, so I hired an agency to do a background check on you.
What?
You lied me about my sister being in an accident. I needed to know if you lied about anything else.
So you think I've been running a scam?
You've been in and out of scam groups. I was able to get photos and videos of you working for them.
That's how you reported them?
That's right. There was a breaking story on the news earlier about a scam group that's been busted. I've been visiting someone's grave who I have absolutely no connection for 5 years.
I could have put your parents through hell for my scam, but that's not gonna happen, is it?
What are you talking about?
I told you, I'm doing everything for you. I just told you I punished your parents.
What? What the heck did you do to my parents?
Did you know that your parents inherited a substantial amount of your grandfather?
I never heard anything about any inheritance.
Your father was the eldest son, so he got $500,000 in all.
That much?
You tried to contact your parents, but they ignored you, didn't they?
I tried to contact them to check on Sarah, but they ignored me. If those people got that much money, they'd be thinking of spending it all on themselves. They didn't want to give their own daughter a penny, so they ignored me.
I'm sure they tried to cut off all contact and involvement with you, so they wouldn't lose any money. But don't worry, at the point, I was offering them a real estate investment that would increase their money 10 times. Well, there's no such a thing as a good deal in this world.
Don't tell me you deceived them.
That's what I mean. They lost $500, and they're still living in the illusion that their assets will increase. I'm sure he'll be in shock soon.
My parents are horrible people, but you're a horrible person too.
Why? You hated your parents too, right? That's why I punished them.
I'm cutting ties with you, and don't ever contact me again. I'll block your number.
No, I'll marry you no matter what.
I told you I don't want it.
You're always trying your best. You're protecting your sister. You're kind. You're beautiful. I know and I love all of that. You're the one for me, Mia. I'm rich, and I can make you happy forever.
Stop it. You're making me sick.
So, you don't care what happens to Sarah?
What?
I know where Sarah lives.
Don't tell me you're holding Sarah hostage.
Well, kind of. You don't care what happens to your only little sister?
That's too bad for you.
Huh?
Sarah's with me now. What are you talking about?
You're in Guatemala, right? Besides, I've already found out where Sarah's new house is. I'm pretty sure she plans to live in the city center because of her husband's job.
Sarah's husband is a freelance illustrator.
Don't tell me he moved because he can work overseas.
I didn't know what you're going to do to me and Sarah because of this case. I talked it over with her husband, and they moved here. It's not like you know where they live in Guatemala, right? Well, even if you knew, you wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
What's that? I did my best for you, but it ends like this.
I didn't want you to do this. I'm really sorry.
Hey Mia, is this really the end of a relationship? Even though I love you?
I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. I can't trust you.
I hear sirens.
Maybe there's a warrant out for your arrest for fraud.
Mia, I'm so sorry. I went too far. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
It's too late now. Goodbye.
Mia!
After that, John was arrested. I heard from a friend in the US. Apparently, he had been doing all kinds of illegal jobs besides fraud. He was sentenced to prison and is now in jail. According to the police investigation, he stated that he was trying to save money for his marriage with me. I was really horrified when I heard the story. I don't think he'll be out of jail for a while. According to my friend, even if he gets out of prison, he's been watched closely by the enemies he made from his life from crime. He probably won't be able to have a normal life anymore. I thought he was a dear childhood friend. I am very sad that it ended like this. I just can't keep looking back at the past. My sister has moved here with her husband. I hope we can all live together peacefully from now on.
Hey, what are you doing? Make sure you pace yourself. And don't stop at any bars on the way home.
Okay, I understand.
Do you really understand? Tomorrow our families are meeting, right? It's a really important day.
I told you I'll be fine. Wilma, you really are worrywart.
I worry because of what's happened in the past when your drinking got out of hand. You never know what you might do if you drink too much. You definitely need to be careful tonight.
Okay.
I don't want you to go to the meeting with a hangover.
I know that. I can't text forever.
Really, please be good. So I don't need to tell you. Kelly, the family meeting, you were supposed to be at the restaurant at 11:50. You know we have less than 10 minutes until our reservation. We've already arrived at the restaurant and are waiting to be shown to our table. It's you and I that are getting married. It's meaningless without you.
Yes, I understand. I thought it would get messy and noisy if I called you too soon, so I didn't call you on purpose. Maybe it's time I tell you the truth.
Huh? What do you mean?
I feel bad about canceling at the last minute like this. I'm having a baby, so I'm not going.
What?
I mean, my ex-girlfriend Ruth is pregnant with my child, so I'm canceling.
What? Pregnant? Wait a minute. That's a terrible excuse for being late.
It's not that I'm late. It's that I'm not going. If she's pregnant with my child, then I have to take responsibility as the father, and I should put Ruth first, not you, right? You understand that, don't you?
Isn't it strange that you're asking me to agree with that statement?
But in the world of common sense, it's a no-brainer. Your ex-girlfriend who's pregnant, or your current girlfriend who hasn't even met your parents yet. Which one should be prioritized? If you want, why don't we take a street poll and ask? I'm sure there would be a lot of people who would say that Ruth should be given priority, right?
So I'm just saying, it's absurd to ask me, the fiancé who had a promise to marry you, about this. In the first place, you have no common sense when you have a relationship with another woman while you have a fiancé.
You see? This is the kind of hassle I thought it would be, so I decided to tell you about the pregnancy at the last minute.
Huh? Hey, could it be the reason you said you were going out for drinks and didn't come home is because...
Oh, you figured it out? That's right, Ruth told me she was pregnant, so we were celebrating. Oh, of course, Ruth is pregnant, so she didn't drink any alcohol. It wouldn't be good for the baby. I want the fruit of our love to be born happy and healthy.
I can't believe it. The fruit of your love? You're just trying to run away from your responsibilities.
Anyway, I'm breaking off the engagement. This is a done deal.
Kelly, it's not that simple, is it?
Oh, is that so? You're an adult.
You're worried about being thrown out all of a sudden? If you want to get married, I'll introduce you to other guys.
Huh?
You're just going on and on. That's what the problem is.
Would you stop just making stuff up?
Well, I'm sorry, but women after 30 are barely marriageable, and there's not much time left. You're afraid I'm going to leave you, and you're going to be single forever, aren't you? You're not very pretty. You don't know if there's anyone who'll take you, right?
I've had enough of this. You've stepped on me so much. I wouldn't ever think of marrying a man like you.
Oh, well then, I'll just say that our engagement has been called off.
It's not done yet.
Hmm?
I want compensation.
Ah, there you have it. Well, okay, tell me the amount later. I talked to Ruth, and we've decided to get the marriage license by the end of the day. I'm glad you understood without any problems.
Of all people, that Ruth.
That's right, that Ruth, the popular, fun-loving girl. I'm really happy.
That's not what I meant, but whatever. Don't come crying to me later.
Huh? I'm amused that you're still so stubborn. I'm not going to cry. It wasn't my baby.
What? Kelly, a year has passed and now what?
Wilma.
What? You write like you're crying and screaming.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Huh?
It wasn't mine.
Well, are you saying that the child Ruth gave birth to wasn't actually your child?
That's right. And the second child was different too. Ugh, how is this possible?
Huh? You mean another baby was born after that, but that baby had a different father too?
That's right. I was betrayed by Ruth.
So it did happen.
Huh? What do you mean it did happen? Do you know something?
Ruth, she may look like an authentic sunny beauty, but in reality, she has a side that plays around with men. She's always on the lookout for the right guy. So I thought maybe...
Oh, come on. Why didn't you tell me a year ago?
You know what? Stop writing that way. It's depressing. Just be normal.
Oh, okay.
So why did you text me about that?
Huh?
If you just want to complain, spare me. The only reason I hadn't blocked you yet was because I was just checking up on you after the engagement was called off, just in case something happened. I just happened to forget to block you.
Huh?
So do you just want to complain?
No,
Bullseye? Then I don't want to hear it, so I'll block you. Thanks for giving me just the right opportunity. Okay, bye. I'll never unblock you again. See ya.
Wait a minute. I texted you because I have something very important to tell you.
Something important?
Let's get married.
Huh?
Let's start over again from that day, a year ago when we went our separate ways. I think we were young, immature, and stupid back then, and that stupidity destroyed our bond. But now Wilma, I reaffirmed my feelings for you, and I was able to overcome the ordeal of being apart for a year. And then I realized, who I really love is you.
Hey?
Yeah, you don't have to say it. You're remembering the happiness of the days we spent together, right? Me too, me too. I've been living in loneliness and regret it ever since that day. Wilma, the days without you were empty. I couldn't forget you. So let's start again from here, just the two of us. After a year of trial and tribulation, we can live happily ever after. Let's make up for the days we were apart.
No, thanks.
I'm confident that I can be the right partner of you now. I want to build a future with you. I want to bring back your smile.
Excuse me?
I want to walk with you again. I want to take your hand. I want to stand next to you and pledge my love and happiness. I want to draw a future with you. Come on, accept me.
You're disgusting.
Huh?
Are you on drugs? I don't have the slightest intention of getting back together with you. Can you stop talking about yourself so much? You're giving me goosebumps.
What?
You're wasting my time. Excuse me?
Oh no, Wilma! Reply to me. Don't tell me you really blocked me. Wilma! Wilma, why didn't you come out of the apartment?
Huh? Who is this?
Kelly.
You again.
I got a new cell number and a new text account.
I've blocked you.
That's not the point. Why didn't you come out of your apartment?
What are you talking about?
I realized that my failed re-proposal 2 months ago was due to the fact that we didn't meet in person and did it by text. So I decided to make it work this time, to increase the odds of that happening. I spent 2 months preparing for it. The bottom line is, you didn't come out of your apartment, and the neighbors called the police and made a big deal out of it. I know you're shy, but you could have been honest and accepted my love before it turned into a police matter.
So what did you do?
You saw what I did. You know what I did. It was a flash mob proposal.
Huh? What? Flash mob? You mean the kind where a bunch of passersby suddenly start dancing and you surprise them with something at the end?
Yes, that's right. For the past 2 months, I've gone to the trouble of arranging a vendor and getting 50 people for the flash mob. I've practiced a lot to make my re-proposal to you a success. I was going all out to propose to you, using up all the money from my divorce from Ruth. Why didn't you come out of your apartment?
Where did you do that?
In front of the West Side Apartments, of course, where you live.
I moved out a long time ago.
Huh?
What could I do? I didn't want to give up too much personal information. It seems as though it's caused problems for people who aren't involved. So I'll tell you. I'm already married. I don't have any feelings for you.
Huh?
By the way, I'm pregnant with my husband's child. I'm 5 months along.
You're married?
So you really didn't know? I figured you would have found out from mutual friends or something.
Before I knew it, I was pretty much blocked by everyone.
Aha. Well, that would certainly happen. You had a fiancé, cheated on her, and even had a child with your lover. And it was with that Ruth. Yeah, that's how it should be.
Don't be convinced just by that.
Anyway, that's what I've been up to.
Please don't leave me. Before I knew it, even my parents moved somewhere else. My parents' house disappeared and I've lost touch with them. You're all I've got. Hey, you still love me, right? You married your current husband out of compromise, didn't you? Our love isn't over yet. You'd choose me over him, right?
Gross.
What?
You'll have to excuse me. I'm getting annoyed. It's really bad for the baby.
Wilma!
You're grossing me out, so don't talk anymore.
No. This just ends with me being embarrassed. Wilma!
Later on, I probed a friend of mine who still lives in that apartment building. That flash mob fiasco? It was Kelly. I was astonished and laughed out loud. He had done it quite spectacularly. The wreckage of a bouquet of bright red roses, clearly the remains of the Operation Flash Mob proposal fiasco. They were just lying sadly by the side of the road. According to the information that miraculously came to me afterwards, his parents indirectly intervened with Kelly, who quit his job and retreated to his home because of the fiasco, which was so embarrassing. They threw him in a civil engineering company as a live-in worker. They pushed him into a black van that picked him up, crying and sobbing. Well, I honestly don't care as long as he doesn't show himself in front of me for the rest of my life. I have my son safely and I'm doing my best to raise him now. My annoying ex-boyfriend is gone, and I am happy to live with my sweet husband and my beautiful son.
Are Mom and Dad on vacation? Do you know anything about it?
Traveling?
No, I don't really know. They haven't been home since the day before yesterday, and I can't get them on the cell phone.
Did you see what was on the table?
There was a bank book in my name with $5,000 in the account.
There should have been a letter too.
Oh yeah, there was, but...
You didn't read it?
I looked at the first part of the letter, but he said something about the future and how being still unemployed at 35. I was so annoyed. I burned it with a lighter. Really, I hate it when old people are so preachy.
Oh, you got rid of it without reading the whole thing.
Well, I didn't read most of it. I almost didn't read it. When I saw the first sentence, I was so pissed off. I'm scary when I'm pissed off, you know. So, do you know where they went? When are they coming back from their trip? I'm getting tired of eating at restaurants and convenience stores.
You really don't realize the situation you're in, do you?
What?
The letter you burned was about what you have to do from now on.
What's that?
You're a piece of work. Okay, I know what the letter said, so I'll just write the gist of it here. Mom and Dad moved somewhere far away. They're never coming back to that house again.
What? I didn't hear anything.
Of course you didn't. That's the premise.
Why?
When Mom asked you to spend less money on games on the internet and work more, you hit her. When Dad tried to stop you, he got kicked in the solar plexus. I heard that for the past few years, you've been regularly spending $2,000 to $3,000 a month on games.
That's right. You need time and money to run events, don't you? Even you play online games, sis, so you know what I'm talking about.
I pay only $30 a month at the most. And of course, I pay out of my own pocket. And I spend about 1 to 2 hours a day playing games.
What? That's nothing.
You play too much.
Online gaming is a 24-hour-a-day fight. If I were like you, I would get in trouble with the guild members. I'm a guild master, so I have to spend money and play 24 hours a day, right?
And that money comes from our parents' savings and pensions. And because of that, it's hard to make ends meet. And they're in the red every month. Their savings just keeps getting smaller. He said if they didn't do something about it, they were all going to end up in the street someday.
Dad has his retirement money, doesn't he? He's just being stingy.
It's not infinite. It's not your money to spend in the first place.
I don't care about that. Just tell me where they moved to. If they're not gonna come back to this house, I'll just move in with them.
What?
That's what was in the letter I burned, right? I didn't see it, so tell me.
You dunce? You still don't get it? Mom and Dad, they've chosen to cut all ties with you. Them not coming back means they never want to see your face again.
What? How is that even possible for a parent?
They were determined to make you be on your own, no matter what.
What?
About the future. The lease expires the month after next, so you have to find a suitable apartment and move out as soon as possible. Also, from next month, your cell phone bill will be deducted from the bank account they left behind.
Hey, this is all a bit confusing, isn't it? Can you please tell me what's going on so I can understand?
He said with the $5,000 they left behind, you should first find a job and a place to live and establish a basis for your own life. They said that this is the last money they will ever give you. That's what was written in the letter.
There's no way that any of that money's left. It was such a small amount.
What?
I thought they gave me money to apologize for asking me to cut back on my online game spending. I immediately withdrew the money and spent most of it. If you'd seen me in my daily life, you'd know that $5,000 isn't enough. Mom and Dad have a seriously weird sense of money, don't they?
You know what?
I've got it. I'll just live with you, sis.
Huh?
I'm packing up my stuff and heading over there. Set aside plenty of space for me.
You're so naive.
Huh?
I've already moved out too. I changed jobs as well.
Huh?
I kept my cell phone as the only way to contact you. As was written in the letter, I will cut off all communication with you as soon as you say or do anything that's inappropriate.
I told you I didn't read that letter.
It's your fault for throwing it away without reading it. It has nothing to do with us. I'd rather you thank me for telling you the contents of the letter up to now.
Wait a minute.
You don't even have money to move, do you? You better hurry up and get your ass to an employment agency. You can make a living if you work a day job or whatever. You're only 35. You could do manual labor.
If I do that, I'll have less time to play online games.
Even after all that's been said, I'm rejecting all calls after this, and tomorrow I'm changing my cell phone carrier. You won't be able to contact me anymore.
Oh my god, that's terrible, sis.
Goodbye, Christian. Realize that you're the one who's financially insane. From now on, live modestly and honestly.
Hey, Camp, you've gotta be kidding me. What are you doing just leaving work? What time do you think it is? It's 4. Mr. Thompson, I had personal business this afternoon, so I took the afternoon off. Didn't I tell you? I don't give a shit about that. Come back now. I assigned you a job. Do 001 to 004 in the corporate cloud folder today. Even if you have to work overtime, get it done today. Oh, I can't. What? I'm on a plane right now. What? Plane? I'm going to Dallas for a relative's wedding. What the hell is that? I've got some documents I have to deliver to a client by tomorrow. A wedding? Don't take me for a fool. Work comes first. That's the document you're sending to Drake Corporation, isn't it? So what? I'm not in charge of it, and it's too close to the deadline for you to tell me what the job is. In other words, you're pushing your work on me again, aren't you? Hey! Please do your own work. You're new here, but you're talking back to a senior employee. Do you even know your own position? Thompson, you should take a good look at your situation you're in. You need the documents by tomorrow, right? Wouldn't it be better to make a little progress on the paperwork instead of having this exchange? So you do it! Since I'm taking tomorrow off as well, it'd be faster if you did it yourself. I'll be arriving in Dallas soon, so if you'll excuse me now. Hey, Kemp! You've got to be kidding me! You've got some nerve talking back to me! I'm the son of a connected boss who runs this area. If you don't listen to me, my father won't like it. Hey, man! You haven't read my messages! You've got to be kidding me! Emily, did Thompson jump his work on you? Oh, Mr. Kemp. Yes, sir. I'm still at work. He said there's some paperwork that needs to be done by tomorrow. It looks like I'll have to work overtime again today. I see. Damn that guy. He's only been with the company 3 months longer than us, but he's got that attitude. Anyway, I left work early, so it looks like the burden was put on you. I'm sorry. Don't apologize like that. As I recall, it was a relative's wedding, right? You had a good reason for taking time off. You're always looking out for me. And I can't go against him because I'm a wimp. I thought I had no choice today. Emily, that's not true. Huh? People have to do their own work. Whatever that guy is, it is absolutely wrong to yield his power and try to order everyone around. In the end, you can't just go ahead with work that you haven't been instructed to do, and that will interfere with your own work. This is also gonna cause problems for the section chief and manager who are in charge of assigning work and managing the progress of the entire department, right? Indeed, that's right. Of course, and it could also interfere with the work of other employees. In fact, aren't you stopping your own work right now to do Thompson's work? Well, yes. I was thinking of working even more overtime to finish my own stuff after Thompson's is done. Okay, then. I'm sorry I took up so much of your time texting, so I'll take care of the work that can be split up. Huh? Actually, I brought a computer that I'm allowed to take out of the office. Of course, I've got permission from the top to do everything I need to do, so don't worry. Oh, Mr. Kemp, thank you. It's the one in the cloud, in the corporate folder, right? Yes. Please do the paperwork for the folder labeled 003. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, we are the only 2 people. Let's stop with the formalities. But you're 2 years older than me. That's okay. Okay, I get it. It's a little weird, but from now on, I'll keep it casual. Okay. Well, good luck with your work. Thank you, Mr. Kemp. I'm on it. Thank you, Mr. Kemp. Thanks to you, I'm done ahead of schedule. No problem. It's nothing at all. But Emily, if you're unfairly assigned an unscheduled task, you have to do something about it, okay? The reason is, as I said before. I know that, but after all, if someone says that they're the son connected to boss, I have no way to know if it's true or not. But if it is true, it scares me. I heard Thompson has a tattoo on his arm. I heard a guy say he proudly showed it to him in the locker room. And it was a very flashy tattoo. Well, I understand how you feel. It seemed that the other people in the office reacted the same way you did, and they were afraid to stand up to him. But we are almost there. Huh? Everything's gonna change. Mr. Kemp, what do you mean? I can't go into detail yet. Just give me a few more days. Hey, Kemp, you saw it in the locker room, didn't you? What are you talking about? This morning, I was in the locker room changing. You saw the tattoo on my arm. Yeah, the one you were showing off to the other employees. The one with skull and the rose and all that mess. I saw it, but so what? What do you mean, mess? Those are stickers, right? What? It's the real thing. It's weird, isn't it? There aren't many connected people who have tattoos on the inside of their arms. Huh? If you're really connected, you wouldn't be doing something so tacky like showing off your tattoo to everyone. Yeah? Tacky? I'm tacky? Did you just call me tacky? How many times are you going to ask me? If you didn't hear me, I'll say it one more time. Yes, it's lame to intimidate people with tattoos. Besides, it seems that claiming to be a member of a criminal organization would get you into trouble with the anti-gang law. Anti-gang law? It's short for the anti-organized crime law. If you get caught under it, you'll be arrested. Arrested? If you're a serious gangster, you'd better grow up before you get arrested. Getting arrested for boasting about your tattoos is not only tacky, it's ridiculous. Besides, if the real boss's son finds out... You know a lot about this. Oh well, as for tattoos, I've been familiar with them since I was a child. Familiar with tattoos? Since you were a child? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, break time is already half over, isn't it? I haven't had lunch yet. Mr. Kemp, good night. Can I ask you something? Good work today, Emily. Yes? Today, Thompson suddenly became very quiet this afternoon, didn't he? The other day, you said that everything would improve in the near future. Well, yes. What did you do? I was just curious because he changed so suddenly. It's not anything to worry about, is it? If he really is the son of a boss, wouldn't that put you in danger? Oh, don't worry about that. With what I learned from my great-grandfather, who was a tattoo artist, I was able to find out that Thompson's tattoo was actually a sticker or something like that. Huh? A sticker? I just told him about the Anti-Crime Act and how risky it was to call himself connected. And the fact that he became quiet because of that is... So I'm saying he wasn't actually a boss's son or anything. Yeah, so he's been lying to us, threatening us, forcing us to work for him. That's right. I hope he continues to take his job seriously. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I feel like he hasn't gotten over his abusive, superior attitude towards you. I don't care if he's taking an authoritarian attitude only toward me.
I agree. I would really appreciate it if he could improve his attitude.
Actually, there's something the president wants to talk to me about.
Oh, the boss?
Yes. Perhaps because she's younger than Thompson and has a calmer personality, seems to be getting disrespected and condescended to. She's asked me to take stricter action. What?
Mr. Kemp, what are you?
Oh, sorry. My phone is running low on juice. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Oh, yes. Good night.
Where are you now, Mr. Thompson? Huh? Oh, I'm just taking a coffee break. I'll be back soon. I see. I received a message from the receptionist just now. What is it? There are about 30 gang members causing a ruckus outside, asking for you. Do you know them? That's what she said. What? They're waiting for you in the lobby. What did you do, Mr. Thompson? No. There's no way I know those people. So, I guess being a boss's son was a lie after all. It's a lie! I'm really sorry about that. Can you use your influence to get those guys to leave, Mr. Kemp? My influence? You're the one who knows about this, aren't you? You know a lot about tattoos. You can handle 30 gangsters, can't you? What? I'm just a regular guy. Oh no! They're asking for you, so it's only natural that you should handle it. Please hurry up. They're waiting for you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually in the bathroom, not the break room. My stomach is upset. Oh, I see. I'll take care of it. Please. Oh, I just shit my pants. Hey, Kemp! Mr. Kemp! Help! What's going on? It was the Graves! Oh, you mean those 30 people I mentioned earlier? They all showed up at once in suits, and the receptionist thought they were thugs. Of the 30, 27 were employees of the Graves Group who used our multi-purpose room for training. The remaining 3 had some business with you. I asked Emily, who was with me, to take them to the company restroom. I was caught on the way to that restroom! I see. I'm glad your timing was so good because we had to make them wait. That's not good timing! Help me! Help with what? Don't play dumb with me! I'm being held by the Graves gang! The Graves Group is also known as the Juvenile Delinquent Rehabilitation Facility. What are you talking about? They're just a normal civil engineering company. They're our business partner, so don't be rude. Besides, I'm sure you are not caught, but rather picked up, aren't you? A pickup? Didn't the president tell you? Thompson, you've been dismissed from our company as of today. What? I thought it was just a joke. Because there's no way she could fire me so suddenly. There's no way that young president could do such a thing. Oh, come to think of it, Thompson, you looked down on the younger president, didn't you? Huh? Just because you couldn't force me and you hire and Emily to do your job anymore, I can't believe you tried to force the president to do your job. And your threat was, I'm a boss's son. I told you about the Anti-Crime Act, didn't I? You ignored my advice, and now you're doing the same thing to the president? It's no wonder you're fired. Even so, for you were even offered a new job as a final favor, but it's not smart to say that you got caught, is it? Huh? So it was the boss who sent the Graves group. Why? The Graves group of all people! That's terrible, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I also told the Graves group about you stalking the president's sister. What? Her sister, she's still in high school, right? Legally and ethically, you're out of the picture in more ways than one. It's no wonder they think you need to be rehabilitated. I hear she's in the process of filing a claim for compensation, so please be prepared for that. Wait! No, it's not my place to tell you anymore. Wait a minute! Excuse me. Oh, no! Mr. Kemp? Are you off today? Are you feeling sick? Are you tired from all the things that have happened in the last few days? I heard you had your hands full with Thompson. Oh, sorry. I'm sure the president will have something to say at the meeting first thing this afternoon. I'm back at the Graves group. What? Mr. Kemp, you're from the Graves group? Actually, I am. The president and I have known each other since childhood, and I heard that she was having trouble with Thompson. She was a business partner, so I asked President of Graves about it, and he told me to go check it out. I agreed. So that's how it came to be. Don't worry, we will straighten Thompson out into a real human being. Wow, I didn't realize that. Thank you for your help, even if it was only for a short time. Oh no, I'm the one who should thank you. But, I think I'm gonna miss you. What? Do you have a girlfriend? No, I don't. Then, may I ask you out to dinner sometime? I'd like to get to know you personally. Huh? What? Is that a no-no? It's not a no-no at all. I thought it'd be sad to say goodbye to you, too. That's good. Well, let's see. I'll choose a nice restaurant and get back to you. I'll look into it and call you as soon as I get off work, so just wait for me. Okay, I'll be waiting. As Thompson was taken away by a black van, a scream echoed through the air. It should be noted that his parents had given their prior consent for him to change jobs to the Graves group. When I told them that he was claiming to be the son of the gang leader, they said, "We have been farmers for generations," as their shoulders slumped and they let out a sigh. Work at the Graves group began immediately the day after he was picked up. Surrounded by senior employees who are athletic in a good sense of the word, he seems to be having a very hard time. I hope they will keep up the good work and beat his warped personality back into shape. By the way, the compensation to the president's sister will be paid in installments from his salary. The last message I received from him was, "I have muscle pains all over my body," which seemed to exude a kind of indescribable melancholy. Maybe it was just me. Kendall, listen! Your husband's such a great guy! Oh, you think so? What's up with you all of a sudden after a long silence? I have big news for you, my BFF. I got Levi. We're having a baby. What do you mean? I've been having an affair with your husband. I know we are best friends, but spare me with such a shocking joke. It's not a joke! Come on, I'm not falling for it. You really don't believe me, huh? Listen, Reese, you've always loved pranks and jokes. Have I? Back in grade school, you said you'd become a supergirl and even had a name for it. Atomic Reese. Don't bring up my embarrassing past! You were called that for quite a while. I thought you liked it since you seemed to be so into it. At first, it was cool, but then I got embarrassed really quickly. I just remember, in middle school, younger ones used to call me Reese the Geese behind my back. Thanks for the sudden revelation. I had no idea people disliked you. Poor you. I was actually well liked. But let's not dwell on these memories now. Right, what were we talking about? I was telling you that Levi cheated on you with me and I'm having his baby. Aren't you devastated that your husband is taken? I wanted to see you go mad, so I took the trouble to contact you. Is it April Fool's today? If you keep thinking it's a joke, you are in for a rude awakening. I just can't understand why you would go after him. He's hot. Really? Do you see him that way? Even though his hair has been thinning lately. Not his looks, his wealth. He's super rich. Huh? That can't be right. How long are you gonna pretend? There's mounting evidence. Detective Reese, what do you know? Look up in the sky and tell me what you see. Stop crowding Sherlock! You betrayed me! I betrayed Atomic Reese of all people? There must be some mistake. Knock it off! Sorry, I'll be serious now. You didn't tell me anything about him when you got married, right? I think I mentioned he's just a regular guy. That was a lie. Huh? I can't believe you were secretly married to a big corporate CEO. CEO? Where did you hear such nonsense? Are you still playing dumb? I can't believe you hid it from me and tried to become a high society wife by yourself. So, I snatched him and even made a love child. This is the punishment for trying to get ahead of the game. Hold on, I really can't see where this is going. It's your fault for keeping it a secret. I never betrayed you, you know. Whatever. I hear you're vacationing overseas alone right now. Living the high life, I see. I'm not here for fun, just to be clear. Maybe you feel guilty about keeping it a secret from me, but don't make embarrassing excuses. I can't make sense of what you're saying. What to do? Now, I'm going to be a CEO's wife. I should thank you for gallivanting around and not coming home. Oh, I got it. Hey, can I talk to Levi once? I still think you're playing a prank on me. Your story is so bizarre that I can't believe anything. Sure, go ahead. You're just going to get dumped. I got a message from my best friend after a long silence. But I didn't expect it to be a declaration of an affair with my husband, Levi. I still can't believe it. I'm thinking it's a tasteless joke. I'm Kendall, a 30-year-old newlywed and part-time homemaker. Since I got married, a lot of good things have been happening, so I'm starting to think Levi might be born under the lucky star. Reese has been my best friend since grade school. Both of us have been really busy lately, and we haven't seen each other since my wedding. She always cracks jokes and makes people laugh. So I'm hoping this is just another one, but I have a bad feeling. When I check with him, I end up hearing something outrageous. My best friend told me that she's having an affair with you, and she's pregnant. Is that true? You're talking about Reese, huh? You got it right. You've got to be kidding me, a-hole. What did you just call me? Oh, my bad. I was supposed to write, you trash. You're pretty upset, huh? You got involved with my best friend, you know. She made the first move. I'm not at fault here. It doesn't matter who made the first move. You're a married man, for God's sake. When someone hits on you, you're supposed to stand firm and refuse them. But what do you do instead? Having a kid? Are you that stupid? I mean, I'm grateful to you, you know. But I've decided to be with her. Is that really what you want? Yeah, I used to think that money was everything. But I've come to realize that love is all that matters. So, was it just a money thing between us? I guess so. That's pretty low. Did you know that with love, you can conquer anything? Stop with the cheesy romance. It gave me goosebumps. It's creepy to hear a 35-year-old guy saying that seriously. Should I take you to see a shrink? Not needed. What I should do is obtain the necessary divorce paperwork. You better divorce me without a fight so I can marry her quickly. I'm coming back the day after tomorrow, so start the process then. I'm gonna be a free man soon. Coming for you, Reese. This is really disgusting. You don't understand true love. That's why you can say such things. I find it pitiful coming from someone in their 30s. Anyway, you haven't let her into our house, have you? Yeah, she's been there many times. What's the big deal? Oh my God. Don't tell me you guys use our bed. Many times over. Ugh, I feel nauseous. You've never washed the sheets before. To think I've been sleeping in the same bed. Gross. What do you think of our sacred bonding? It's my bed too. Of course I feel disgusted. It was the perfect place to nurture our love. I don't want to live in that house anymore. She hasn't touched my stuff, right? She took a fancy dress. What? I thought she could wear it during the wedding reception. Wait, I only have one fancy dress. Is it white fabric with green embroidery? That's been a family heirloom for ages. Return it now. I already sold it. What do you mean? She said it was too old-fashioned and she wanted a more edgy design instead. What the heck do you think you're doing with my stuff? Get it back right now. I need it for the wedding expenses. We need that money. You said you could conquer anything without money earlier. I have no intention of letting her wear that dress, nor do I intend to let you use it for your wedding funds. We need it to celebrate our special day, you know. Figure out the money on your own. I'll invite you to the wedding, so don't make a fuss over it and just contribute happily. Stop it! Buy the dress back right now. Reese is calling me, so don't contact me again. She might think I'm cheating. You're a cheater. What's going on? Levi's not a CEO. What are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me. You said he was the CEO before. I've never said that. Stop throwing a tantrum at me over your misunderstanding. Ugh, then explain it. You are getting carried away on your own. Don't you think it's unnecessary to be honest and come clean with the mistress? If it was a different scenario, I might have felt like correcting the misunderstanding. But after all that happened, not a chance. Your personality is questionable. You once told me it was okay to get back at someone who betrayed you. I never said that. But still, I can't believe you didn't realize until now. When I was packing to move in with him, he moved into my place instead. This is my house, so obviously he has to leave if we are divorcing. I was expecting to live in that big house. I confronted him and he confessed he was just a freeloader. He told me you are the CEO. That must have been quite a shock. Of course. I never thought a 35-year-old man would be a jobless leech. How come you've been deceived all this time? I saw him entering a corporate building once, and I thought he was working for a major company. Hold on a sec. So, even if he wasn't the CEO, you intended to steal him? No, I wasn't thinking like that at the time. I thought maybe he could hook me up with a nice guy. Honestly? I'm not lying. But he told me he was the CEO. Then I got all starry-eyed. And you ended up totally captivated. When I badmouthed you, he easily fell for it. And when I praised him, he immediately lit up with joy. Hey, it's not cool to get roused by talking bad about me. Geez, he was so easily swayed, huh? You guys are really jerks. Well, maybe you two are a perfect match as a couple of scoundrels. I never thought he was a jobless bum. What did he even go into that building for? You saw him there last month, right? Yeah. He just came to deliver my forgotten documents. But he was wearing a suit. He's embarrassed to wear casual clothes on weekdays. He thinks people would know that he's unemployed, so he wears a suit when he goes out. That's messed up! He's a show-off, so he lied to you. He's got a good facade, and you got fooled. Even though he's a bum, he's got big pride. It's like he's got some kind of ability to fake it and put up a good front better than most people. I wondered why we only hung out at each other's houses. And he never talked much about work. I had no idea it was all lies. The fact that I went abroad the other day was for a business trip, you know. I have to earn a living. I should have been more skeptical. Good luck raising a kid between you unemployed adults. It must be quite challenging. It sure will be. I wish I hadn't flattered him so much. It's your fault for being deceived. But seriously, why isn't he working? It's so weird. Aren't maids supposed to work hard to support their families? He did when we were just going out. He decided to become a stay-at-home and quit his job right after we got married. It was shocking. No kidding! Without even discussing it? Right. Were you okay with that? Of course not. I was mad and scolded him for making such a selfish decision. But I was really busy with work, so I thought it might be a good idea. I wouldn't be able to handle that. Men are supposed to earn money, aren't they? Well, I'm doing that instead. And besides, he did the housework in exchange, and that helped me out. Except he's got this annoying pride and demanded my respect for doing the housework, which really got on my nerves. Anyway, how the heck are you the CEO? You never told me. Right after we got married, My uncle got sick and was hospitalized, so I was appointed the CEO out of the blue. After that, the business started booming, and within a year, it grew significantly. Come to think of it, it wasn't that successful a company until last year. I used to think Levi was my lucky charm that brought lots of good luck. That's why, even though there were some things that bothered me a bit, I was putting up with him. So, he was your leprechaun. He's got some Irish blood, right? It turns out he isn't a little mischievous creature, but just a lousy freeloader. He was slacking on the housework recently, too. He has no good qualities, then. Come to think of it, I really don't need him. That's why I'm so grateful to you for taking him off my hands. I don't want him. I'll return him. I don't accept returns. Besides, we've already started our divorce procedures. Geez, why did I get pregnant? I'm so stupid. I have an even worse story. Can I share it? No, I don't want to hear it. I'll make him pay alimony. That's impossible. He doesn't even have savings. You're gonna have to help him out. I don't have a job or money. You guys are on the same boat, so support each other. I'll dump him so it won't be my concern. I doubt that he would let you go so easily. He seemed to be head over heels for you. But when I think about alimony, I don't think we'll get anywhere if we talk about it between us. I'll add the bump too. What the heck? Don't interrupt my sweet moments with Reese. Oh my, I've been enduring awkward moments here. It's quite amusing that you sound like you have no idea what's really going on. Let's split up, Levi! Why? I can't make a living with an unemployed partner. Just because you don't work, not only is your hair falling out, but your love life is withering away too. Poor you. You're one step away from the bald mountain. We are not talking about my hair right now, and I'm gonna find a job. Everything will be fine. Even if you get a job, it doesn't matter if you're not a CEO. But what about the baby? Well, raising a child alone would be tough. You love kids, so you'd want to raise them, right? It's only a year without a job, so maybe he can manage to find a new job. Wait, I forgot that he's pretty incompetent when it comes to work. No way! I remember he said his sales performance wasn't that great, and he often got scolded by his boss because he kept failing no matter what he did and everything backfired. They transferred him from sales to behind-the-scenes office work. But even in that role, he made mistakes in sales calculations, and it caused quite a chaos. How do you know so much about that? He worked for my business affiliate, so the information was coming to my ears. They didn't understand how great I was. That you are a great failure? No, I mean such mundane tasks from beneath a genius like me. You know, that's just a lame excuse from an incompetent. I want to break up already. Let's take good care of the symbol of our love growing in your belly. I'll always be there for you. Ew! I'm with you on that for a change. Divorcing was definitely the right call. I want to get away from this guy as soon as possible. But when I think about the child, it may be better to stay. I don't really care what happens to you guys, but There are other things you'll have to pay aside from alimony. What? Do I really have to pay alimony? Shut up, loser. You don't need to be so nasty. You guys took my belongings, didn't you? Oh! It went to our wedding expenses. We can't return it even if you ask. I'm not just talking about the dress. The watches and the rings are gone too. I gave them as present because she wanted them. That's because he said he had them all for asset management. There's no way the loser would have them for that reason. I can't believe you're so easily deceived. Why did you lie? I wanted to give something to you as a proof of my love. Stealing someone else's property and giving it as a symbol of love? A thief, right? If you return them right now, I'll let you get away with it. I've already sold them. You asked for them and then sold them? I thought I could get some money. Well, then both of you will have to compensate me. I think it's gonna be around $250,000 for the dress and everything. I can't pay that much. You know, I don't have any money. Wait, did you guys already spend the money you got from selling them? That fast? I bought a bag and a watch. A tailored dress for her and the wedding venue. This is the first I'm hearing about it. I was planning a surprise. I've spent a lot to making the venue ready for the next week. Are you trying to have a wedding without inviting anyone? Women like this kind of surprise, right? I was secretly preparing to make you happy. Wait, don't tell me you are not happy. It's not about surprising with anything and everything. Unbelievable! This is so messed up! Geez, I thought you'd be happy. Most of it seems to be spent, so you guys are going to take responsibility no matter what. Oh no! I went to the trouble of buying my bag and watch! You used to be a much more innocent and sweet kid back in the day. Maybe you need spiritual guidance. I can recommend a few. I don't need it! Wait, maybe an exorcism is better, huh? It might help get rid of the rotten spirit nesting in your heart. Anyway, you're both out of money. No money, Levi has no hair, and if your heart, body, and wore it all smooth and shiny, you guys would be a perfect match. Stop making jokes about us! I don't need that right now. I wanted to lift your spirits with a little humor since you're gonna be living in hell with the payment you have to make in the future. I don't find it funny at all. What am I gonna do now? Love is one thing, but you still need money, huh? Reese and Levi were both hit with a total bill of around $300,000, which included alimony. Because of this, they concluded that it was impossible to raise a child and decided to give the baby up for adoption. Both of them were shut out by their families, and no one came to their aid. They struggled every day, becoming like shells of their former selves. They initially remained together for a few months. Levi failed in his job research and could only find part-time jobs. He faced termination even in those positions, and they had an unstable life. No matter how hard he tried, he could only earn around $1,000 per month. This led Reese reaching her breaking point and running away from him. It seems that, in the end, money was more important than love. As for me, after the freeloader disappeared, I continued to do well as the CEO.
The business has been going excellent, and I'm determined to work even harder to make it bigger.
Hey, Alicia. I need some money. $5.
Taylor, again? I gave you $300 a week ago. Did you spend it already?
I can't help it. I need to buy stuff. Transfer the money to my account tomorrow morning, please. The ticket reservation starts at 12 tomorrow. I'll be pissed if you don't transfer the money in the morning.
Oh my God! You'd better get a job. How long are you gonna stay a bum?
Ha! You've learned to fight back. Are you getting all high and mighty now that you're out of the house? You're insane to challenge me. It's like saying you don't have any manners.
I'm just saying what needs to be said. Aren't you ashamed to ask your sister for money?
Not at all. We are family, so whoever has the money should pay up.
I can't be your ATM forever.
Oh, come on. You call yourself an ATM?
I'm just choosing words that are easy for you to understand.
It's good that you're self-aware. So, please deposit the $1,000.
Don't just go and increase it. I'm telling you, I have a life of my own, and it's not gonna be the same as before. I'm afraid I'll go bankrupt just from the money I have to give you.
What? You should just come back home. You have extra expenses because you left. You left on your own and now you're mad because you don't have money. Are you stupid?
There's a good reason I left.
Oh, that. It's a guy, right?
Huh?
You think I don't know anything? Long phone conversation in your room. From the way you were talking, I knew it was a guy. I had a hunch.
You were eavesdropping? That's disgusting.
I wasn't trying to listen. I just overheard it. You can hear anything in a shabby house like ours because the walls are so thin.
Yeah, that's true.
So, here's the thing. As a big brother, I'm worried about my little sister. I was staking out your office just to make sure I knew who you're with.
What? What do you think you're doing?
I thought the only place you could get a guy fast is at the office. Bingo! You walked out of the office and went home holding hands with him. You left home to start living with him, right? That's the only reason you suddenly said you wanted to be independent after being a parasite at our parents' house.
You're the one calling me a parasite. Well, whatever. If you know that much about me, I'd better tell you something. That guy is my boyfriend. We've been dating for a year now with the intention of getting married.
Oh, so you've been together longer than I thought. Well, he's not bad. I never thought I'd see the day when you'd be acting like you had a great love life.
That's true.
So that means now I've got 2 ATM machines. If you don't have enough money, get your boyfriend to pay.
Huh?
Well, for now, give me $1,000.
Okay, I see. But this is the last time I'm giving you money. Tell Mom that goes for her too.
Okay. Then, next month too, please.
Alicia, it's your mother. What's up?
Can you transfer this month's money to my account soon? If you don't transfer the money soon, I'll be in trouble.
What?
It's rare that you forget to transfer money to me. I had no choice but to text you.
It's not that I forgot.
Oh, I see. Then we are good. Also, I'm about $400 short on my credit card bills, so I need more money than usual. I need it deposited into my account by tomorrow morning.
I gave Taylor $1,000 at the end of last month.
Oh, I see.
But that's for your brother. My living expenses are separate. Maybe he didn't tell you. I told him that the $1,000 I gave him was the last time. What? What do you mean? I'm dating someone I'm planning to marry. Oh yeah, your brother kind of told me about that. You've started living with the guy. You're gonna pay me twice as much as before, right? Double? Or was it after you get married? I guess that from now on, you and your husband will support our family. If that's the case, you're more than welcome to do it. So you should get married as soon as possible. How did you get that? What? Am I wrong? Don't make me repeat it. I'm telling you that the last $1,000 was the last. Last? What do you mean, last? Last what? It's literally the last. I don't know how Taylor misinterpreted the message. I've decided to move in with my boyfriend. I have a life here now. I don't want to be treated like a piggy bank forever, so that $1,000 is the last of it. That's what I told him. Excuse me? That's a terrible thing to say all of a sudden. How are we supposed to live? You can't just go and decide that it's over. That $1,000 was just the last act of mercy. You can't depend on me for money all the time, Mom. Come on, get my brother to work. Alicia, wait a minute. Besides, even after Dad passed away, your pension is still being paid, right? You don't need to depend on me, do you? But I can't pay for the purchases I made with credit. That's what happens when you buy brand-name goods. You just need to cut back on that and live a more reasonable life. But I still need the money. You spent the money Dad left like it was going out of style. And then you find out about my boyfriend and want double the money. You only think about robbing us. It's horrible. You should reflect a little and be more frugal. Hey, Alicia, it's your duty as a child to take care of your own parents. Even your marriage partner has to support his mother-in-law and brother-in-law. Stop your nonsense and transfer the money to my account. I will be married in the not-too-distant future, and I will be a member of a different family. I will not be able to give you financial support so easily. I have my own life to live. So, please get Tyler to work somehow. That way, with your pension, you can make ends meet. But even so, your brother doesn't want to work at all. I asked him to work once before, but he got angry and stormed out, didn't he? After that, we agreed as a family that you would support the house without him working, right? That's why I've been relying only on you until now, Alicia. I never agreed to anything. That thing about children. That kind of child is called an exploited child. Exploited? Maybe you didn't look at it that way, but when I met the man I'm with now, I had to think seriously about my future. I thought that if I didn't do anything, I would end up giving money to my mother and brother forever. I might never be able to get married. They would take all my money, all my potential in life, and all the happiness I could ever hope to have. I can't take that. Well, I don't think that's true. Not at first. In the current financial situation, it's not right that my brother isn't working. That's true, but you are working. So, I'll say it again. I have plans to be a member of a different family now. From now on, I want you guys to take care of things yourselves. But Alicia, your brother doesn't want to work. As a younger sister, you should respect him, right? If you push too far, I'll block you. Wait a minute. I have something to do. See you later.
Hey, Alicia! Hey, what the hell are you doing? You answer me!
What?
Mom's been telling me to work, and I'm getting so sick of it. Because of you! I went ballistic on her, and she cried and got down on her knees, making it look like it was my fault.
That's good.
What the hell is good about that?
It means that Mother worried that your bum life was a danger. It's a good safety, isn't it?
No, it's not.
You know what, Taylor? You need to start questioning the life you've led so far while not working. You're 38 years old and haven't worked since you graduated from high school. You are satisfied living off your parents' backs. I can't believe you're still living mainly off your sister's back. Aren't you ashamed as an older brother? And to top it off, your own mother even got down on her knees and asked you to work for her. And instead of changing your mind, you just get angry. And you call yourself a human being?
You're a smartass, you know that?
That's a lot better than not working, don't you think?
Don't get all uppity just because you work for a slightly good company.
Who's the guy who's always depending on me for money?
I'm not gonna let you get away with this. I'm gonna go there and drag you back home. I'll bring you back no matter how much you scream or cry. I'll make my smart-ass little sister and mother get down on their knees together and show them who's the boss.
Oh, you know where I am?
Of course I do. I even saw you and your boyfriend walk into the apartment when I went to check on you. I made sure everything was taken care of just in case. After all, there's only so much a girl like you can do.
Well,
you can't afford to get cocky now. Oh, and make sure you say goodbye to your boyfriend.
why?
Because he seems to be the roots of all the evil that's making you think so shallowly. Most importantly, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd be willing to help his girlfriend's brother. We don't need that kind of baggage.
What do you mean by baggage?
I'm on my way, so pack your stuff and get ready to leave. Alicia, I know you're there. I'm here to pick you up. I pressed the doorbell, but you didn't answer. So are you pretending you're not there? Hurry up and open the door. Listen to your brother. I'll keep pressing the bell until you answer.
You're really here?
Of course I'm here. Come on, let's go home. Come on, come out here.
You know what?
What?
I'm not there anymore.
What? You left? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna stay until you get back.
That's not what I meant. I've already moved out of that apartment.
Huh? No way! Apartments are usually leased on a yearly basis. You've only been here for a little over 2 months. There's no way you can cancel the lease that easily. You can't fool me with your tiny brain. So, forget about pretending to be gone. Just come out.
No, that apartment. It's a weekly apartment.
What? What's that?
It's for people who only wants to live there for a short period of time, like a week. Even me with a tiny brain knew that, but you didn't even know what a weekly apartment was. I was planning to move again soon. I was only staying there as a temporary place to live. I moved out the day before yesterday because I didn't need it anymore.
What the hell is that? I didn't know you had an apartment like that. Then, where did you move to? Tell me now.
Overseas.
What? Overseas? Huh? What are you spacing out for?
I'm not spacing out. I'm moving overseas. Permanent residence abroad. I'm never going back to America again.
No! Why did you suddenly decide to do that?
My boyfriend is a foreigner.
Bullshit! For all intents and purposes, he was American.
His parents are European, so that means he's a foreign national who looks American.
So he's really a foreigner?
Yes, he is. He was transferred to my workplace from an overseas company for just 3 years. It's been 3 years, so he's going back to his home country where his parents are. And he's taking me, his bride-to-be, with him.
Huh? You think I'm gonna let you do that? You don't just go around doing whatever you want without telling me.
I'm already an adult, so I don't need anyone's permission to get married. By the way, I have decided to change my job to the company owned by his parents. If you inquire at my previous employer, they'll just say they don't know anything about it.
What about my money if you go overseas?
It's not your money, it's my money. Come on, please work and earn your own money.
I don't want to. Then leave all the money you've earned so far.
I don't want to. I'm already near the airport.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna cancel this one and leave America soon.
What? Wait!
I don't want you to contact me anymore. Tell Mother that too. I'll be happy with him abroad, and I'll never think of my parents' house in America again. I don't think I'll ever go back to America or contact you guys again.
Wait!
Well then, goodbye. My brother tried to ambush me at the nearest airport from our house to bring me back. Unfortunately for him, I had to leave from a different airport due to work. Realizing that the ambush had ended in vain, my brother stormed into my former workplace. Naturally, he was refused entry and left half crying when a big security guard threatened to call the police. My brother is a scary guy at first glance, but in reality, he's quite a wimp. Later on, my uncle, my mother's brother, was the one who received the financial SOS. This uncle was concerned about my actual situation, and we are in touch often. My mother and brother, who did not know this, acted if I were a horrible person. As a result of angering my uncle, they were disowned by all the other relatives. I married the guy, was welcomed by my kind in-laws, and I'm living a happy, stress-free life. Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.